Hello everyone, I'm Nitin Sunil Babu, working as a functional English and life skills trainer from Schoolnet and APFSTC. The topic was verbal and non-verbal barriers from 8th class, Model 26. Let's go to the topic. First, we'll go with definitions. Definition of verbal communication: the communication in which the sender uses words, whether spoken or written, to transmit the message to the receiver is known as verbal communication. It is the most effective form of communication that leads to the rapid interchange of information and feedback. There are fewer chances of misunderstanding as the communication between parties is clear. The communication can be done in two ways. One is oral, second one written, like face-to-face communication, lectures, phone calls, seminar, etc. comes under oral communication. Next, letters, email, SMS, like this type of communications comes under written communication. And we have two types of verbal communication. One is formal, second one informal. Let's go with nonverbal communication. Definition of nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is based on the understanding of the parties to communication, as the transmission of messages from the sender to receiver is wordless. For example, the communication uses sync, so if the receiver understands the message completely and proper feedback is given afterwards, then the communication succeeds. It complements the verbal communication many times to understand the mindset and the status of the parties, which is not spoken by them, but it is an act of understanding. Here also we have few types. Those are chronemics, Waclics, haptics, kinesics, proxemics, and artifacts. Here we have key differences between verbal and nonverbal communication. First one, the use of words in communication is verbal communication. The communication which is based on sync, not on words, is nonverbal communication. Second one, there are very few chances of confusion in verbal communication between the sender and receiver. Conversely, the chance of misunderstanding and confusion in nonverbal communication are very much as the use of language is not done. Third one, in verbal communication, the interchange of the message is very fast, which leads to rapid feedback. In opposition to this, the nonverbal communication is based more on understanding, which takes time and hence it is comparatively slow. Fourth one, in verbal communication, the presence of both the parties at the place of communication is not necessary, as it can also be done if the parties are at different locations. On the other hand, for an effective nonverbal communication, both the parties must be there at this at the time of communication. Fifth one, in verbal communication, the documentary evidence is maintained if the communication is formal or written, but there is no conclusive evidence in case of nonverbal communication. And final one, verbal communication fulfills the most natural desire of humans talk. In case of nonverbal communication, feelings, status, emotions, personality, etc. are very easily communicated through the acts done by the parties to the communication. Let's go to conclusion. Verbal and nonverbal communication are not contradictory to each other, but they are complementary, as somebody has rightly said. Action are louder than words. In short, both go side by side and helps a human being to interact and respond to other human beings. Verbal communication is absolutely an important part of life as we use words to communicate. But have you ever thought that a small baby cannot use language or words to speak, but he chooses scenes to show his anger, happiness, and sorrow? Similarly, deaf and dumb persons also use sing language for communicating with other people. So, this is the significance of nonverbal communication in many ways. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to Schoolnet and APS STC.